In recent days, a set of unconfirmed images and videos has circulated online showing what appear to be BTS members Jungkook and Jimin in Switzerland. The sightings have raised widespread curiosity and led to speculation among fans and media alike. A calm appearance in a quiet country according to social media posts. The two individuals, allegedly Jungkook and Jimin, were seen near Lake Lucerne, one of Switzerland's most visited tourist locations. The images depict two people walking along the lake wearing winter coats and masks, with what seems to be a small film crew nearby. Some fans believe this may indicate a possible photo shoot or video recording. The quiet and scenic environment led many to wonder, is this related to an upcoming BTS project? As of now, there is no official confirmation that the individuals in question were indeed Jungkook and Jimin, but their appearances and silhouettes closely resemble those of the two members. Fans familiar with their mannerisms and styling were quick to point out similarities, especially in clothing and posture. An ordinary trip or something more. Some are suggesting that the appearance could be unrelated to BTS activities and may instead involve a personal or independent project, possibly a travel series, a photo book, or a pre-recorded military vacation video. Others propose that this could be part of content to be released upon BTS's full return from enlistment, potentially in 2025. What adds to the speculation is the presence of what appears to be a camera crew in the background of the photos. This has led some to think it may not be a casual trip, but rather part of a structured production. However, without confirmation from the artists or their agency, any conclusion remains purely speculative. Big Hit's standard response when contacted for clarification. Big Hit Music responded with its usual stance on artist movements. We cannot confirm the members' schedules. This is a standard answer the agency has used in previous similar cases and does not necessarily indicate any planned release or event. Still, the timing is worth noting. With BTS's oldest members beginning to finish their military service and others entering or currently serving, 2025 has long been projected as a possible reunion year for the group. Whether this Switzerland sighting is connected to such preparations remains unknown. Historical context. BTS and travel shoots. BTS has filmed in Switzerland before, for example, during episodes of their travel reality series. Additionally, they have often used natural landscapes for their winter or seasonal packages, such as the Winter Package series and Season's Greetings content. Given that context, it wouldn't be unprecedented for members to be in Switzerland for the production of visual content, be it for BTS, solo promotions, or general fan merchandise. Speculation from online communities among the ARMY community. Theories vary. Some believe this might be early content for a 2025 comeback campaign, while others think it could simply be material for a photo book or a personal vlog. A smaller group speculates this may be a travel documentary filmed during a military vacation, a format that has become increasingly popular among K-pop idols in recent years. There's also the possibility that the footage, if real, could be held for long-term promotional use, or simply stored for future release after military discharge. HYBE has in the past pre-recorded content for future publication. Summary of possibilities. Filming for 2025 comeback teaser? Possible, but unconfirmed. Personal or solo project, a reasonable guess. Travel or vacation content. Also plausible. Coincidence or misidentification. Always possible, without confirmation. Several online communities, particularly BTS fan forums and social media platforms such as Twitter, Weverse, and Reddit, have begun closely analyzing the available photos and videos. While most of the information remains unofficial, it has prompted a wide range of interpretations and speculation. Analyzing the visual clues, a few high-resolution fan-shared photos suggest the presence of camera equipment, including handheld gimbals, lighting reflectors, and microphones. This detail has led some observers to conclude that some form of professional content creation may have been taking place, possibly a shoot organized by HYBE or another creative agency. Additionally, certain items of clothing worn by the individuals, allegedly Jungkook and Jimin, in the footage have been compared with past BTS photo shoots. One image, for instance, appears to show Jimin wearing a wool coat similar to one seen in BTS's Winter Package 2021. However, this is not definitive proof, as winter fashion items tend to follow similar patterns and styles. A few fans also noted that Jungkook seemed to carry a camera, a hobby he's publicly known for. This raises two possibilities. Either the members were filming for a travel vlog, or the camera was part of a stylized shoot in which Jungkook plays a visual role. In other words, without context, visual similarities cannot be considered solid evidence of a comeback project. And identifying logos or teaser tags importantly, none of the shared footage contained visible branding, production tags, or teaser elements often associated with BTS pre-release promotions. This absence has prompted some fans and analysts to question whether this trip is actually linked to a group comeback, or if it's part of an unrelated, smaller-scale personal or artistic endeavor. Another observation is the limited scope of the crew seen in photos. For a full-scale BTS comeback production, especially overseas, larger crews and more security would typically be involved. Here, it seems to be a smaller, more mobile team, possibly just a small documentary or photobook team. Patterns from previous BTS content historically. BTS content tied to scenic landscapes, especially in Europe or natural environments, has usually been related to seasonal releases such as Season's Greeting Summer/Winter Package Bon Voyage, or in the SOOP special vlogs and behind-the-scenes documentary series. Considering this trend, fans have speculated this Swiss trip may fall into one of those categories. If Jungkook and Jimin were given brief military leave, the content could have been filmed in advance for later release, either as part of post-discharge materials or to maintain fan engagement during BTS's service hiatus. Alternatively, it may have no official purpose beyond private documentation, possibility of a comeback teaser, despite the lack of explicit signs. Some believe this could still be part of a long-term promotional strategy. HYBE has been known to build subtle narratives well in advance of full promotions. For instance, content from BTS's past was later incorporated into larger themes for comeback albums such as Map of the Soul, Seven, and Proof. Therefore, one theory suggests that if this Switzerland shoot was official, it could be used for a later thematic reveal, especially if the scenery and emotion captured aligns with a future album's concept. And the speculative scenario that this is indeed comeback related. The teaser may not appear for months, and what we're seeing now could be part of a slow burn campaign designed to build intrigue. International filming and BTS scheduling. BTS has filmed in various international locations over the years. However, due to military enlistment regulations, it's unclear whether Jungkook and Jimin would be permitted to travel internationally for commercial purposes. While military vacations do occur and certain individuals can be granted permission to travel abroad, such approvals are usually tightly monitored. This uncertainty leaves the situation ambiguous. Some fans theorize that the filming may have taken place prior to their enlistment and is only now surfacing or being compiled. If so, it could be a strategic backlog release intended for mid-2025 or during the countdown to BTS's full return. As speculation grows around the potential comeback of BTS, sparked by sightings of Jungkook and Jimin in Switzerland, many fans and observers are beginning to ask a logical question. Does this align with the group's historical comeback strategies? To assess that, it's worth examining how BTS and their label, Big Hit Music under HYBE, have approached comebacks and promotional content in the past. BTS's typical comeback timeline. BTS comebacks have historically followed a distinct promotional arc, involving themed teaser content, such as photo shoots, short films, or logos, a mystery phase, with cryptic imagery, symbolic visuals, or geographic settings, a confirmation stage, often preceded by a countdown or social media blackout, full media rollout, including music video teasers, press releases, concept photos, and a launch event. If we look at notable BTS eras such as Love Yourself, Map of the Soul, and B, each comeback featured pre-release visual content, some of which was shot in global locations: Los Angeles, Malta, New Zealand, Paris, and others. This created intrigue well before any formal announcements were made. Based on this pattern, The possibility that Jungkook and Jimin were involved in shooting comeback-related visuals in Switzerland is not out of alignment with past promotional behavior. However, there are notable differences in timing and scope. Therefore, if the Switzerland shoot is indeed comeback-related, one plausible theory is that it was filmed in advance and is only now being prepared for rollout closer to BTS's anticipated return in 2025. Each comeback has had its own theme and strategy, but all shared one trait: a structured promotional timeline and gradual visual rollout. If BTS is applying a similar plan for their 2025 return, content like the potential Switzerland footage could logically serve as concept teaser material, a reintroduction of visual themes so far. The timeline fits the early phase of such a rollout, an unconfirmed leak, or sighting that begins to generate online chatter before any official acknowledgement. Could this be a solo project instead? Given that both Jungkook and Jimin have released solo material in the past, Golden, Face, etc., there's also a valid possibility that this Swiss shoot pertains to an individual visual project or performance-related promotion. Some fans believe it could even be for a joint digital photo bouquet duet project, pre-recorded, a future reality or travel documentary episode. This possibility gains weight when considering that HYBE has invested in diversified content offerings beyond music, including reality series, cinematic documentaries, and subscription-based video products, e.g., Weverse content drops. That's so. While the Switzerland visuals might look like a comeback teaser, they could just as realistically be multi-purpose content tied to solo ventures, digital fan engagement, or later BTS group promotions. Ongoing monitoring and community-based research for now. Most fan analysis is being conducted based on visual comparisons, timing, and BTS's historical trends. While none of this provides definitive answers, it helps build a broader understanding of what's plausible versus what's merely speculative. The ARMY community continues to document, translate, and dissect every clip and photo, looking for location metadata, identifying features on the individual's patterns in HYB's release, behavior leaks from local sources in Switzerland until an official statement is made. These activities function as informal research, helping fans prepare for whatever may be coming, whether it's a teaser, a travel video, or something entirely new. While no official statement has been made by HYB or BTS regarding comeback activities, certain segments of the online fandom community believe the recent Switzerland sightings are more than isolated events. Some speculate this could be a calculated, quiet initiation of BTS's highly anticipated 2025 group return. Though speculative in nature, several theories have emerged, each grounded in historical behaviors, past media patterns, and projected military discharge timelines. The timeline theory. Lining up for 2025, one of the most popular fan theories revolves around a projected timeline for BTS's full group activities. This theory does not confirm a comeback, but it frames the possibility that HYBE is preparing content in phases, beginning with low-profile recordings and scenic shoots that could evolve into teaser campaigns later. The soft start theory. Low-key visuals before official rollout. Historically, BTS has sometimes begun new promotional eras with understated visuals or scenic media before gradually transitioning to high-production content. For example, the Love Yourself series began with cinematic highlight reels. The Map of the Soul era started with abstract concept films. Fans note that the alleged Switzerland shoot, characterized by natural landscapes, calm settings, and minimal branding, may be following the same strategy. Introduce emotional or symbolic visuals first, then release structured content later. One online forum speculated. This feels like a slow build, a quiet re-entry. They're not launching a comeback now, but laying emotional groundwork through scenery and mood. While speculative, this theory aligns with marketing trends that aim to spark long-term anticipation without overwhelming the public during a group hiatus, a duet or joint project. Testing the waters. A more modest theory suggests the footage could relate to a duet or small-scale collaborative project between Jungkook and Jimin. Both artists have released solo material with strong performance and storytelling components. This idea includes several possibilities: A joint photo bouquet digital mini-album with a cinematic concept day performance video or travel log-style documentary. Such a project wouldn't require full group participation and could be completed with fewer resources and personnel. Although there's no direct evidence supporting a duet, the fact that both individuals were spotted together in a location known for its visual richness adds weight to the theory of a creative, non-routine project in the works that fan-driven observation models. Clue mapping and pattern tracking. The ARMY fandom is known for its analytical methods, often dissecting teasers and content through what is commonly referred to as clue mapping. This includes matching outfits across eras, analyzing visual motifs, interpreting landscape symbolism, tracking member locations using open-source data. In this case, several users have pointed out parallels between the Swiss lakeside scenery and past BTS visual themes, such as reflection, healing, and reconnection with self. These motifs have appeared in music videos like Spring Day and Epiphany, both of which featured open, natural environments to convey emotional recovery and quiet transitions. Therefore, even without explicit statements, certain fans believe the Switzerland shoot may be conceptually tied to BTS's upcoming thematic direction, media silence, as a strategic signal. Interestingly, HYB's silence on the issue is also being interpreted by some fans as part of a larger communication strategy. Rather than denying or acknowledging the rumors, the agency has maintained a neutral stance. We cannot confirm the members' schedules. Some see this approach as intentional, an attempt to let organic speculation drive online engagement while buying time for a more coordinated promotional release later. In previous BTS campaigns, delayed confirmations have often preceded major announcements. While this is by no means definitive, it does reflect a consistent pattern: silence as build-up, conclusion, possibility, not certainty. While much of what has emerged remains in the realm of educated speculation, it's clear that the Switzerland sightings have reignited interest in BTS's future as a group. Whether or not this event marks the beginning of a comeback campaign, it has already contributed to renewed engagement and anticipation across the fanbase. For now, the only thing confirmed is this: BTS remains capable of generating major conversation, even during military service, through a few silent images and an ambiguous setting.